Everyone's favorite hyper mega tech channel is back.
This one?
Yeah. Has anyone tried to claim that title?
I think we've trademarked it unofficially.
For the good old hyper mega tech.
Uh-huh.
AKA
We could be...
Evercade.
Yeah. Welcome back. We are here today with a kind of a return, a sequel video to something we've done before, like he alluded to, the Hyper Megatech.
A Blaze Entertainment sister company.
Uh-huh.
Which happens to make handhelds that play Evercade cartridges.
Exactly what he said. And today we have the special limited edition, the Ode to the Atari 2600 in all its wood grain glory.
And they made 2,600 of these.
That's right. And which number? Should we tell them what number we have?
Yeah, whatever. 1684. Good old 1684.
People online are like, man, I got number
I got
1231. Can you believe it? He's just like, I don't even care. I just have a
whatever.
number.
I got a
It's
number.
limited, and it's in there.
In fact, the sad part is I ripped the box opening it, so
Yeah, we can't show you the box.
there goes my resale value
But
that I wasn't gonna do.
But it just came in, and
So this is the limited edition. The regular one is solid black with red accents, and it's another Hyper Megatech. Same button layouts, which obviously you don't use these for Atari games.
no, but they're there.
Purely Evercade, and you have the little cartridge slot with the QR code to view more Evercade games.
Your little protector for the
Little dust jacket.
something like that.
So
those of you that may have not tuned in for our first one, we'll kind of give you a little tour of what it looks like.
it's a USB-C charge. You got USB-C charge. You got headphone jack. You got AB, XY, directional pads. You select the menu button for Evercade. Your volume rockers on the back. And R1, R2.
And like you said, the cartridge that comes out, the cartridges go in there.
And my very limited edition
Yeah,
number.
you can't have that one.
Yeah.
That's a very special number.
Unless you offer me way too much money for it, I'm always...
So the wood grain, obviously, it's just plastic. They did a good job kind of matching the 80s feel.
Yeah, I feel like the wood grain actually looks nicer than I thought it would.
Yeah.
It doesn't look cheesy.
I agree.
It fits in nicely.
Especially when you pull up Adventure. I mean, look at that classic wood grain with the Adventure. You can't beat that. I know he doesn't like Atari games so much, but
That was the weird part of this purchase for me.
so
To me, Atari games just don't hold up well. But this actually has probably more non-Atari 2600 games than Atari 2600 games. Like, there's a whole bunch of Lynx games. There's the 5200, the 7800, and then arcade ports of a lot of them, and not the Atari version. So I know you can look up the game list, but I forgot what it all was since I pre-ordered this.
it's been a while.
So
there are some very cool options on here. Food Fight, that a classic that they just redid, in this last year. Haunted House, same thing. It's almost like some of these they picked to get you interested in that game, and then to say, hey, by the way, we got a better version out there, but
yeah, and then it had the same, which Evercade I still don't think has yet, are the dip switch settings for arcades. So whenever you boot this up, it asks you if you want to put the arcade dip switch in easy or normal mode, just like the other Hyper Megatech devices. But I mean, it's the same interface as the rest. No difference there.
So for comparison's sake, you want to show off the other one?
Sure.
So
this is the Taito.
And we do have a video on it, on this one. Check it out. Came out a while back. But you can see it's cookie cutter. Same size, same button layout, everything. This one's not a limited edition, not a numbered one. It's a special thing. I will say though, he brought it up kind of before the video that we have a hunch. There's no proof yet.
And there's nothing been said, but
Nothing's been said.
if you look at the screens, the screen of the Atari one looks slightly nicer, and I think it's like there's some light bleed on the Tato one.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it on the edge. You don't see that at all on the Atari one.
Right.
So it makes the colors to me look a little more rich. So I feel like they found another supplier for the screens, but they didn't officially say anything. It's not a higher resolution or any of that. It just looks a little bit nicer.
Right.
Like when I first booted it up, it felt a little different to me. Like I was like, it just looked a little different, because we also have noticed before some of the numbers on like arcade games on the Taito one, it's hard to read the real small numbers. But on the Atari one, I didn't really notice that on some of the point scores. So I think they found just another supplier, or maybe the supplier slightly made a nicer screen, because you don't see the light bleed anymore, which to me is great. I mean, it's an upgrade.
You can definitely see.
Yeah, you can
On
see
the
the light
screen, the
bleed on
corners.
the
I
bottom
think
left.
that's a telltale
Yep.
right there. So either your unit was defective, or like you said, maybe they changed their screen. Not a big deal, just something we noticed.
No, and then the other thing that I noticed, the blue light on the bottom is considerably brighter on this one than this one, which makes me think they did switch out a little bit of internals. And then, to me, the buttons are quieter and a little bit, I feel like they might be a little softer on the Atari one. Not much at all. Like it feels just a tad different, which that could just be a different mold or different run from the color.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's not
Yeah.
game changing or anything
No.
like that. It was just a couple of little things I noticed. And
if you guys have both of these or get the new one, let us know in the comments. What you think, if you think it is a manufacturing issue, or they switch suppliers. Not a big thing, just a observation.
I mean, to me, I consider the screen not having. I mean, light bleeds never really bothered me once I'm in a game. But to me, it's a big plus to not have light bleed
Yeah.
going on.
I do like the logo here on this one. I think that's a pretty sharp little addition. They did it on the screen there. You can see the little border line, which is a nice touch. Could have used the logo here on the Taito edition. Same like little symbol for edition. Just a couple little differences, but I'd be curious on the regular Atari one, the differences on that. So in terms of games, I haven't messed with it. What do you?
So
How many are we talking?
I believe there's 50 games, because Atari's been doing all their little 50 collections now. Like I said, I was pleasantly surprised again by the amount of Lynx games that were on here.
It is a nice collection.
It's really a pretty solid value. The only thing is some of the games are repeats of Evercade cartridges. So if you have all the Evercade cartridges, for instance, Ninja Golf is on there, which is also on one of the Atari cartridges. So there's some overlap on the games, which,
Let's turn it up a little bit.
that's being fairly nitpicky too. If you have 50 games, I'm okay with a little bit of overlap, because you also have to remember that this could be someone's first experience into Evercade line.
Yeah.
And if you're going to overlap Ninja Golf, I'm okay with that. One of the weirdest, greatest games. But, and to me also, the speaker sounded slightly different too. But,
I was good at this game.
yours.
Man, that speaker is impressive though.
Yeah, see what I mean? It sounds a little bit deeper.
It does, but it's a nice clear sound. Because
Yeah.
let's be honest, the Atari wasn't known for its sounds.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
But that's a nice Yars Revenge motor going like, little.
But other than that, I mean, it's got all your normal features, but it's pretty cool. And having 50 games, you know, some hold up, some don't. They just, I don't know. I probably personally won't really go play any of the Atari 2600 games at all.
Out of principle at this point.
At this point,
He won't.
Yeah.
I will.
But otherwise, it's all the same. The same operating system, everything the same. You know, if you have one of the other ones, it's just a different collection of games.
Same. I'm guessing updating it same way.
You can't.
Yeah, that's right. You can't update these.
Not yet. Supposedly they're working on an update because I think there's an issue with a couple of individual games on a couple of cartridges. They're working on an update through cable, but yeah, there's no updates with these. You just put in the cartridge and go.
Alien Brigade, Aquaventure, Asteroids 7800, Basket Brawl. There's some good stuff on here though. I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's a. I don't feel like there's much. It doesn't feel like a lot of the shovelware Atari collections.
No. Dirty Larry, Renegade Cop.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a more solid collection.
Let's go into a.
And then I was also happy, like, unlike a couple Evercade cartridges where they have like version 1 and, you know, 1 of a game, 2 of a game and stuff, they at least didn't do something stupid where they had like the Atari version of Asteroids and the arcade version of Asteroids.
Mm-hmm.
At least there's only one version of
Yeah.
Asteroids. They didn't pull any of that, which is nice. So,
I'm just giving a little tour of some games here. The colors are nice, and like you said, I don't see the backlights shining through at all. It's really letting the colors of the game stand out, which for these kind of games, color is important because the graphics sure weren't very good.
nah.
So, Missile Command, I mean, like he was saying, Ninja Golf, Pong, Save Mary. That wasn't even a real Atari game, was it? That was I mean, it is now, but I don't.
See, then there's another one. There's the Lynx Super Asteroid Missile Command combo one, which I'm not 100% sure was a fully official release as well.
Scrapyard Dog.
I think this one's on that's on one of the Lynx collections. But
we could pop it in that one.
Yeah, I mean you won't. Yeah, let's see.
Hang on, we're gonna experiment. We're gonna see if this display thing holds true or not. Okay, so for science, we're putting in the Lynx cartridge in this one.
We're all about science here.
And again, you can see it through there, the screen bleed a little bit.
You got to go to the menu and Evercade. There you go.
So, and by saying that, I'm not knocking this one at all because we both like this one too.
To me, overall, even if there is no screen bleed versus screen bleed, I would still say buy whichever one has the game collection you want.
Yeah.
I didn't order the Capcom one because I think almost all of those games are on my XP.
So I'm
Yeah,
curious.
see, I can already tell.
Let's get them on the same screen.
But see, even if you look, see how much richer that blue is in the green?
Mm-hmm.
See these in that red? I mean, these are just a little more, these are just more vivid colors.
Yeah.
There's not more pixels or anything, but it's more vivid. But see, even like that 2 to me looks a little more crisp on the edge. But that's probably just could be because of the colors.
Interesting. So again, let us know what you think. Just comparing the two, just to be nitpicky.
But, yeah, I mean, you can definitely. Yeah, I mean, like I said though, I don't know if the Capcom one. I'm imagining the Capcom one's probably going to have the same. I wouldn't think it would have the same. It wouldn't have blacklight bleed. It'd probably be whatever he was used in this one, I would imagine, since it came out at the same time. But overall, whichever game collection you want,
Yeah.
go with that one. I mean, it's not that big of a difference.
And like this just showed, some games cross over to cartridges that are built in. So,
yeah.
not a lot of them, I wouldn't think, but some. So, anyway, no surprise. I would absolutely unpack that. It was just, like I said, another a relative in the family of Blaze Hyper Megatech little handhelds. And I'm sure there's going to be more, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to be doing okay. And then, now anymore, some of their licenses, too, don't let them do cartridges like Capcom. They have yet to do a Capcom cartridge.
Yeah.
So they might end up with more licenses down the road now that the Evercade family is getting bigger with bigger licenses. I mean, obviously, I would unpack it.
We do a lot of Evercade stuff on this channel. If it's your first time, like, subscribe, check it out. We have a segment called 7 Minutes of Uncertainty where we actually play Evercade games. A lot of times we've never even played before. We play them for 7 minutes and just see what happens. So check it out and
Play them poorly.
yeah, which is more entertaining at times for everyone except us. But anyway, check it out. Check out the limited edition Atari Hyper Megatech handheld, and I don't know if you'll get one now because they are limited.
You're definitely not getting number.
You're not getting
16. What I don't even know what number.
You're not
is it?
getting 1684
Yeah,
or
that
whatever
one-
he said.
That one's mine.
Yeah, but anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Boo-boo.